Hey everybody! So a friend of mine sent me these holographic stickers which had some puzzle pieces in it. And I was due for a new set because I had to get rid of those yellow ones. So I got some of my favorite colors out and decided to play around with my own hand. Angel Glow, Neighborhood 60s, and Birkin Pussy, the ones I use pretty much constantly. I also got Dive In and Pink Lemonade from the nail plug. And what I did was I did a short stiletto set on myself and used Angel Glow as like my base color because it gave it that nice white backdrop to make the colors really pop. Also, it makes everything glow in the dark, which most of these colors were already glow in the dark except for, I think, Dive In. But the rest of them were already glow in the dark, so these bad boys glow like crazy. Sorry, my hand's a little all over the place because, you know, when you're working on yourself, you gotta move it however you gotta move it. So what I did was give it all this nice white base, which Angel Glow isn't too stark, and it goes on really smooth, so you don't have that issue that you usually have with white acrylics, which, if you guys have ever used it, you know white is almost impossible. It shows every mistake. This Angel Glow is like self-leveling, so it gives it a nice smooth base without a ton of work, and you don't have to beat it to death, you know? So after that, what I decided to do was while it was still just a little wet, I used like an anchor color on my thumbs. So I used the dark blue, the Dive In on one, and then this Hot Girl Summer from the Glam Trap on my other. And with any hot pink or bright red that's super pigmented, you're going to have a little marbling. That's just how it works. There's really no way around it. But I found with this one, it's really easy to get around that and just, you layer it and it dissolves, like the marbling just dissolves. It literally levels itself out, which is really handy. And if you've ever worked with any kind of hot pink like this, you know how hard it is to get an even color with it. And this is just super easy. So that made things a little easier. So I used these anchor colors and then I added the puzzle pieces to it and a little bit of glitter, not a ton, because I'm not a huge fan of glitter and I'm not very good at it, so I tend to try not to use it very much, especially not on myself. I use it on other people if they request it, but I don't like to use it on myself. So I just added a couple little spots of some clear glitter here and there, and that really was enough because this set had a ton of bright colors and it already had like 4 or 5 different colors in there, so really, and add on top of that the holographic stickers and more was just not necessary. Now, while this hot pink is still wet, I have issues with stickers. They don't like to lay down for me, so I never put them under top coat. I usually encapsulate them. And what I found works the best is if I lay them down on my base color while it's still wet and then encapsulate, and then I don't have any edges sticking up, I don't have any, you know, wrinkles and things like that, because on the other hand, I tried to just lay it on top of the colored acrylic while it was dry, and I got a bunch of wrinkles and lumps. So on this hand, I laid it down while it was wet, so it was seated nice and firmly into the acrylic before I encapsulated. And I just did like 1 or 2 of these little puzzle pieces on each one, and then I did on my accent nail, which was my ring finger, I did something a little different, which you'll see here in a second. I also did just a little dot of the blue, just to tie it all together, just a touch. So on the rest of the nails, what I did was take like a very small wet bead of each color and just kind of swirl it around. I didn't do it in any particular order or pattern. So I would take the Dive In and just swirl that, and then take the hot pink, because those are my 2 anchor colors, so that's what I use the most of. Swirl that, and then I added the lighter, the Birkin Pussy and the Pink Lemonade and the Neighborhood 60, and just kind of added it to whatever space was left on that Angel Glow. And it ended up giving me a really nice kind of puzzle effect. And I did that on all of the remaining nails. And again, while they were still wet, I went ahead and added those puzzle pieces. Not while they were like wet, because these beads were already really wet so that I could mix them up. But as it set up, while it was still soft, I went ahead and put the stickers down. And then on that ring finger, that's where I did the entire grid pattern, which you're going to see here in just a second. And this was a little harder than it looked. So after I took the puzzle pieces off, I noticed that what was left behind on the paper from the holographic stickers was the outline. So what I did was cut off the edges and take that kind of negative space pattern of the puzzle pieces and lay it down over top of those colors, which gave it a really cool like grid effect, and the entire nail looked like puzzle pieces and the different colors showed in each piece. So it actually turned out really cool. Now we're going to go ahead and cap everything, same as always, especially because I use stickers and I don't know, I don't trust them on top of the nail with top coat. I never get them to lay right, so I almost always encapsulate the stickers or the decals just because that's what works best for me. So now we're going to go ahead and top coat everything and cure it. I went ahead and skipped over all the buffing and filing, blah, 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 because kind of anal and it takes forever and I'm not going to make you guys sit through all that. While I have you here, don't forget about the big giveaway coming up. We're almost there. We got the 3 big prizes to give out. So don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And here is the finished product. Kind of proud of these. I think they came out really well. While they're not your typical autism awareness colors, I do like how they turned out, actually, very much. So don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.